Hey everyone, welcome back. We always get tons of questions about making friends while traveling.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's understandable. Like, who doesn't want to have awesome adventures and meet amazing people along the way?
Right. Totally. It's kind of at the heart of exploring, isn't it?
Exactly. So, for today's deep dive, we're going to tap into this really insightful YouTube podcast script we found.
Ooh, I'm intrigued.
It's all about cracking the code of making friends abroad. And let me tell you, it's packed with super simple tips, but they're really powerful.
I love those kinds of tips. The kind you can actually, use.
Totally. None of that complicated stuff. So imagine you've just landed in a brand new country, right?
Okay, I'm picturing it.
Excitement's buzzing, you're ready to soak it all in, but then comes that little voice. How do I actually connect with people here?
Yeah, the language barrier, different customs, it can be a little intimidating.
It definitely can be. But this script, it basically says, hold on, don't overthink it. Start with the basics.
Basics. Like what?
Not like simple, open-ended questions. Stuff like, where are you from? Or what brought you here?
It seems almost too easy.
Right. But honestly, there's so much psychology behind those simple questions.
Oh, I'm all about the psychology of connection. Tell me more.
Well, think about it. When you ask someone an open-ended question, you're not just fishing for info, right?
Right.
You're actually inviting them to share a bit of themselves. You're showing genuine interest, which automatically breaks down those initial walls.
It's like instead of just standing there awkwardly, you're extending a hand and saying, hey, let's have a conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And even if there's a language barrier, that gesture, that willingness to connect, speaks volumes.
It's like a universal language of friendliness.
Totally. And you know what else I love from this script?
What's that?
The power of compliments. You know me, always a fan of spreading good vibes.
Oh, yeah. Compliments are magic.
And this script totally backs that up.
Mm-hmm.
A well-placed compliment can totally shift the energy of an interaction, make people feel more open and receptive.
Because everyone loves to feel appreciated, right? It's a little boost of confidence.
Exactly. It shows you're paying attention. You're noticing something unique about them.
And there's actually science behind it. A genuine compliment triggers those feel-good chemicals in the brain, like dopamine. So it literally makes people feel happier.
It's like a win-win.
Absolutely. And, thinking back to the script, there were some really practical tips in there about what kinds of compliments work best.
Oh, yeah, like what?
So it suggested focusing on things like someone's personal style, maybe they have a really cool jacket or an awesome hat.
Ooh, speaking of hats.
What? Did you have a hat experience?
Oh, I totally did.
Yeah.
It's back when I was in Italy. I tried to compliment this guy on his hat, thought it looked super stylish. Turns out it was a symbol of mourning. Talk about an awkward moment.
Oh, no. But hey, at least you learned a valuable lesson about cultural sensitivity, right?
Definitely. And that's another huge point the script emphasized.
Which-
Cultural awareness is key.
Yeah.
Like, what might be considered friendly in one culture could be totally misinterpreted in another.
Right. Like in some cultures, direct eye contact is a sign of respect, but in others, it can be seen as aggressive or challenging.
Exactly. So the script really stresses doing your homework before you go anywhere. Research the local customs. Are there certain gestures to avoid? Topics of conversation that are off limits? It's all about showing respect. And that goes a long way in building genuine connections.
It's like you wouldn't show up to a friend's house empty-handed, right?
Mhm.
You bring something thoughtful, something that shows you care.
Love that analogy.
Oh.
So we've talked about starting conversations, giving compliments, being mindful of culture. But what happens next? How do you keep those connections going?
Ah, the million-dollar question. And the script had a really cool way of framing this. It talked about maintaining connections like tending to a garden.
Ooh, I like that.
So you've planted the seeds with those initial conversations, those little moments of connection. But for those friendships to grow, you got to nurture them.
So what are some practical ways to nurture the garden, so to speak?
Well, the script emphasized being proactive. Don't be shy about exchanging contact info. Maybe suggest grabbing coffee, checking out a local market together, or even just going for a walk in the park.
It's about taking that next step, right? Moving from nice to meet you to, hey, want to hang out again?
Exactly. And it might feel a little awkward at first, putting yourself out there, but trust me, the rewards are so worth it.
Because ultimately, we're all wired for connection.
We are. Whether we're at home or on the other side of the world, those meaningful connections make life richer, more vibrant.
Totally. And, listening to all this, it makes me think we often put so much pressure on ourselves when it comes to making friends abroad. We expect these instant life-changing connections.
Yeah, like in the movies, right?
But maybe the key is to shift our focus. Instead of searching for those movie moment friendships, maybe it's about appreciating the little connections along the way.
The chance encounters, the shared smiles,
Mhm.
the simple acts of kindness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because those seemingly small moments, they can add up to something really special.
They really can. They remind us that we're all connected no matter where we are in the world.
Absolutely. And that's the beauty of travel, right?
Mhm.
It opens us up to those unexpected connections, those shared experiences that make the journey so much more meaningful.
And who knows, maybe some of those connections will blossom into lifelong friendships. It's happened to me, and it's a truly magical thing.
So, to all you adventurers out there, keep your hearts open, embrace those little moments of connection, and who knows what amazing friendships await.
Cheers to that.
And that's a wrap on today's deep dive.
Until next time.
See ya.